Hi, and welcome to Rudy Sassoon's Science Fantasy Experience, and to a Marvel Legends review. And here we have Morris Bench, or Maury, as he likes to be referred to in the comics, Hydro Man. I have got a couple of Spider-Man supervillains that I absolutely adore. Some of them haven't been turned into Marvel Legend figures yet, but one of my all-time favourites, Hydro Man, has. So here he is. I didn't know about Hydro Man until the 1990s Spider-Man the animated series. But he originally debuted in the early 80s. But yeah, my first introduction to him was that Spider-Man cartoon. It's not my favourite cartoon at all. You know, I'm a big Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends cartoon. You know, that's my Spider-Man. Yeah, that's my favourite Spider-Man iteration of cartoon. But that show is still incredible, and I really enjoy it. I love rewatching it. I always tend to watch it here and there, and just basically for the episodes with the characters that I really enjoy, you know, the likes of the Green Goblin and the Hobgoblin and Hydro Man for sure. But yeah, I just didn't know anything of him previous to that, so when I did see the show, I pretty much raced to the local comic store to try and find some old comics. You know, I tried to find the debut from like 1981, I think it was, and where you find out where he gets his powers, and then I'm still looking to this date for, I think it's 1989, with Todd McFarlane taking over, because I absolutely love Todd McFarlane's artwork, and I know that he did a run of Hydro Man in the late 80s. And with that, I recently found out that his inclusion in the Spider-Man animated series was all because of the legal wranglings with the never-to-be made James Cameron Spider-Man film. Sandman was meant to be the proposed villain of that movie, or one of them that was being tipped to be in it. So he was tied up in legality for years and years with the James Cameron movie, so subsequently he couldn't be used in the cartoon. So they picked someone kind of similar, and we got Hydro Man. You know, it kind of got me thinking all about what a possible James Cameron Spider-Man movie would have looked like in the early 90s, for sure. Off the success of Terminator 2, I just think the special effects could have been absolutely incredible, and I can only imagine he would have picked Lance Henriksen as J. Jonah Jameson and Michael Biehn as the Sandman. And I'm sure pretty much he would have picked Bill Paxton to be in it in some sort of role. But yeah, I wonder what that movie really would have been like. But if it wasn't for James Cameron tying up Sandman, I never would have learned all about Hydro Man, and subsequently him becoming one of my all-time favourite Spidey supervillains. But let's get on to the packaging. And if you've seen my Forge review, I'm going to be saying pretty much exactly the same things. It's lackluster, just like Forge. You do get kind of that standard clam, and you kind of get a sneak peek of the awesome translucent plastic that you're going to see when I get the figure out of the box. But again, it's the standard generic artwork all on it. It's nice that they gave him his signature scar on his forehead from when he was just a thug, a crime fighter before. A crime fighter? Make him sound like a good guy. Before he was a criminal, just a low-level thug before he joined the cargo ship where the ill-fated accident happens, which gives him his powers. And then you can see he comes with a Build-A-Figure Molten Man. He comes with the head. As you'll see, mine has disappeared as it's been donated to a fellow collector. And you can see the others in the wave. Spider-Man, Mysterio, Hydro Man, Doppelganger, Spider-Woman, and the like. Obviously this is released to tie in with the Spider-Man Far From Home movie. So that's why you get Spider-Man, and you also get the black espionage stealth suit that you see in the movie. Spoilers if you've not seen the movie. Oops. Yeah, so it's... I don't want to repeat myself in the same Marvel Legends videos, but they are lackluster, and I'm not going to remember this in years to come. So yeah, the lackluster box. So here is Mori, or Hydro Man, freed of the plastic prison. And I think he is incredible. I can't believe how good he is. He looks just like he jumped out of the comic book, and with that, just that little flavour of the cartoon show with the translucent plastic. And at first glance you'd think he'd be pretty dull because he's in blue jeans and a black t-shirt, which is pretty good. It's pretty much my standard wardrobe anyway. But before I get into the pure awesomeness of translucent plastic, let's have a look at the face sculpt. As I said, he literally has jumped off the page. I don't know if it'll pick it up, but he's actually got the signature scar on his forehead, and the detail on the hair is so good. I think it's the one thing that makes Marvel Legends stand out from other action figures, is the detail when it comes to, you know, somewhat plainer figures and characters in the comic books. They manage to do extra little bits that make the figure come alive, and this, you know, whether it is the smirking grin and the scar, and even just the ruffles on his t-shirt, that just shows how actual muscular Hydro Man is, because he's a big guy, you know, he's in the realms of Eddie Brock and the Sandman, so he has got that totally hench body. But yeah, let's look at why I really wanted this figure, and that is for the translucent plastic. It's so well done, and it picks up the light and gleams all the way through, and then they're not even hampered by the weight for the articulation. I know you've only got up and down, but you have got wrist swivels on both, and there's a bit more of a motion for the arm. And it also comes with these extra accessories, because obviously he doesn't use any sort of melee weapons or guns. He comes with extra bits to add on the feet to give him that full aquatic look. The thing is, I'm not fussed by these parts. I actually prefer the figure without them, because I think they've detailed the shoes, his signature boots, really well, and I like him to be stood on the shelf just like a normal person. I guess maybe you can go to OTT with translucent plastic. And then in terms of articulation, you've got the leg bend and ankle tits and a rocker and standard ab crunch. It's all the same with Marvel Legends figures. They've all got the same bits and pieces, so I don't need to go too overboard on the articulation, but I just think he absolutely pops, and he's brought this beloved character of mine to life for me. You know, it's such an interesting story how he gets his powers, you know, falling off a cargo ship, and obviously, like any good Golden Age, Silver Age supervillain, an unknown radiation source is in the water, in the deep ocean, combined with microbacteria to give him the manipulation of water. And then to go on and have some incredible fights with Spider-Man himself, and to become a super villain against another villain in terms of Sandman. You know, again, another one of my, that's more of an 80s beloved favourite. So yeah, this has been the Marvel Legends Hydro Man in all his translucent glory.